Ever wonder how Nike became like the king of the sneaker world?
Interesting question.
Well, we're taking a deep dive into the 90s sneaker wars.
Oh, yeah.
All the rivalries, the crazy designs, the marketing, everything.
Such a cool story.
It is. You
Yeah.
guys sent in some awesome articles and videos about it.
I'm excited to jump in.
Yeah, me too. So we're going to see how Nike, Reebok, Adidas, how they went from like small companies to huge, huge names that everyone knows.
It's amazing how each of them, found their own way to be successful,
Yeah,
to
totally.
connect with people and get them excited about their shoes.
Okay, so imagine this. It's the late 80s, early 90s.
Okay.
Everyone wants the coolest sneakers.
Totally. It didn't even matter if you played sports.
Right, it was just the thing to have.
Yeah, it was all about style.
So athletic wear, it's like booming.
Huge time for sneakers,
Yeah.
for sure. And that's when you had these three big players, right?
Yeah.
Nike, Reebok, Adidas.
Yeah.
Each of them, they had their own story, how they began.
Let's start with Nike, because I feel like they were kind of like the underdogs.
They totally were.
And then they just like blew up.
Blew up, yeah.
So they were started by this track athlete, Phil Knight,
Okay.
and his coach, Bill Bowerman.
Okay.
And get this, they actually started by selling shoes, like out of their car.
What? No way.
Yeah, out of the trunk.
That's crazy.
I know, right? Talk about humble beginnings.
Wow. So how did they go from selling out of their truck to being this massive, massive company?
Well, Bowerman, the coach, he was obsessed, like completely obsessed with making shoes better for athletes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Always experimenting.
Yeah.
And that's where you get this super famous story about the waffle iron.
The waffle
You
iron.
heard that right? The one you use for waffles.
It's for breakfast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The story is, Bowerman, he's looking at his wife's waffle iron one day,
Okay.
and he gets this idea.
What?
Yeah. He realizes that the pattern could make a shoe grip way better.
Wow.
So he takes this waffle iron, pours rubber into it. No way.
I know. And that's how the Nike waffle trainer was born.
Oh my gosh. Talk about finding inspiration in weird places.
Right. That one idea, it changed everything for them.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
But okay, Nike wasn't the only one making waves, right?
No way.
What about Reebok?
Reebok was killing it too.
Yeah.
They were originally from the UK,
Okay.
and they got really popular with this running shoe, the Aztec.
Okay.
But here's the thing. It was this American guy, Paul Fireman.
Okay.
He saw how big Reebok could be.
Okay.
He brought them to America, and man, they just exploded.
I feel like their marketing was so bold, though.
The best! Remember those ads?
Yeah.
So eye-catching.
They were all over that aerobics craze, weren't they?
Oh, yeah, totally. Their freestyle shoe. It
Yeah.
was like the official shoe of aerobics.
Was
Smart move, right?
So smart. They knew exactly what was popular.
Exactly. And they went after it hard.
So we've got Nike with the waffle sole.
Yeah.
We've got Reebok, who's like all about the trends.
Riding that wave.
Riding the wave.
Exactly.
But then there's Adidas, right?
OG.
They were already like a big deal in sport.
Oh, huge. Like track and field, soccer.
Yeah.
They were the ones to beat.
Yeah. So how did Adidas fit into all of this?
They were already established.
Okay.
They were known for making really good shoes, high quality,
Yeah.
but they had their eyes on the NBA. That was the prize,
Yeah.
And they weren't afraid to compete. They knew how to make a statement. And that's when things got really interesting.
Okay.
Because all three of them, they were fighting for that top spot.
Oh, man.
The competition just kept heating up.
Yeah.
And you can't talk about that competition without talking about celebrity endorsements.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
When it comes to basketball shoes, you got to talk about Nike and Michael Jordan.
Right.
Like
That partnership changed everything.
Those Air Jordans, they were more than just shoes.
They more.
They were like a cultural phenomenon.
Absolutely.
What do you think it was about that partnership that made them so huge?
Nike, they were so smart. They created this whole image around Michael Jordan.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't just about the shoes. It was about wanting to be like him.
Yeah, yeah.
He was so cool, so talented.
And those commercials with Spike Lee.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Classic.
Gotta be the shoes.
So good. They knew how to get people talking.
For sure. But it wasn't just marketing, right?
No. Nike was also coming up with all this new technology.
Yeah, like the Air Max.
Exactly. Those visible air bubbles.
So,
They were revolutionary.
yeah, they were stylish, but they also, actually made the shoes better.
Totally. People could see the technology and they could feel the difference when they wore them.
Yeah, they were everywhere. But Reebok wasn't just gonna, sit back and watch. All right.
No way. They came out swinging with the Reebok pump.
Oh, yeah, the pump. Do you think that technology, like, really worked? Or was it more about the hype?
I mean, being able to customize the fit of your shoe was huge. That little pump on the tongue, it wasn't just a gimmick, it was innovative.
Right.
And they went right after Nike with that pumped up and air out campaign.
I remember those ads. They were so in your face.
Hmm.
In a good way.
They weren't messing around.
And you can't forget D. Brown in the slam dunk contest.
Oh, yeah. Pumping up his shoes before that no-look dunk.
Iconic. Did that do a lot for Reebok, do you think?
Oh, absolutely. That was a marketing dream come true.
Totally.
Everyone was talking about Reebok after that.
So while Nike and Reebok were like going head to head, what was Adidas up to?
They were busy cooking up their own innovation.
Oh, yeah.
Like they had the torsion system.
Right.
That was all about giving your foot more support, letting it move more naturally.
Yeah. And then there was the feet you wear stuff too, right?
Yes, exactly. They were trying to make shoes that felt like you were barefoot, but better.
Those shoes definitely look different.
They did.
Didn't Kobe Bryant sign with Adidas right out of high school?
He did. He wore some of their feet you wear designs.
Oh, right. What about those Kobe 2s?
Oh, man.
Those were something else.
Let's just say they were a bold choice.
Yeah,
Definitely memorable.
they were. But then he switched to Nike and, well,
And the rest is history.
right, like Nike just became this dominant force.
They really did. But, you know, it wasn't just those three brands. There were others, like LA Gear, that had a moment.
Oh, yeah. The light-up shoes. I wanted those so bad when I was a kid.
They were huge for a minute.
Yeah, but it didn't last, did it?
No, not really.
What do you think happened there?
It's a good example of how you need more than just a fad to really make it. You need a strong brand. You need to know what you stand for.
Yeah, you can't just chase trends. You got to be about something.
Exactly. LA Gear, they kind of, you know, they were there 1 minute, gone the next.
Exactly.
So it's something to keep in mind, you know?
Totally. It's not just about having one hit shoe or one cool ad.
Right. You need longevity. You need a vision.
Okay. So LA Gear maybe didn't have the staying power. But speaking of staying power, Fila, they were huge for a while too.
Yeah, Fila, they definitely had their moment.
They signed Grant Hill, right?
Yeah. Grant Hill, he was a big deal.
On those Grant Hill 2s.
Oh, man, everyone wanted those shoes.
They were everywhere. What was it about them, you think? What made them stand out?
Fila, they were really smart about who they worked with. Grant Hill, he was an amazing player.
Oh, for sure.
But he was also like a really good guy, you know?
Yeah.
Down to earth, a good role model.
Totally.
And Fila, they really played that up. He was the perfect face for their brand.
Yeah, it's just too bad about the injuries.
Yeah, that was tough.
Felt like that really hurt their momentum.
Definitely didn't help.
But going back to Nike for a sec.
Okay, yeah.
It's kind of crazy how through all of this, all these different companies, all these different trends, they managed to not just survive, but become like the biggest name in sneakers.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive when you think about it.
What do you think their secret was?
I think, honestly, it was a few things.
Okay.
They had great products, for sure, you know, always innovating.
Right.
Their marketing was brilliant.
Yeah, like next level.
But also, I think they really understood how to connect with people on an emotional level. It wasn't just about selling shoes, it was about selling a feeling.
Yeah, I get that.
Like that Just Do It campaign.
So good.
That wasn't just about sports, it was about life, you know?
It was inspiring.
It was. It made you feel like you could do anything you set your mind to.
Exactly. They made you want to be like Mike.
Exactly. Be like Mike, be like Bo Jackson, be like all these incredible athletes.
And you know what? It worked.
Yeah.
It totally worked.
Yeah, it really did.
This deep dive has been amazing.
It's such a cool topic.
It is. We've gone from waffle irons to Michael Jordan to light-up shoes.
It's a wild ride.
It is. But I think what's really interesting is how these brands, they weren't just selling shoes, they were selling a part of our culture.
100%.
It makes you think about the brands we connect with today, right?
It does.
Like, what are they saying about us? What stories are they telling?
Yeah, what's the message?
Something to think about next time you're lacing up your sneakers.